TRAXX FM, good morning. Mary and the Green Man with you. And like we mentioned, on the phone lines, we've got Mr. Fong Chung Fook, who is the director for LGMS. Now, LGMS, currently the largest professional ethical hacking firm in Malaysia. They've been operating the last 12 years, assisting Malaysian financial institutions to identify and mitigate risks. They've also received international accreditation and currently regarded as the trusted cybersecurity experts by most Malaysian banks.
Nice.
And Mr. Fong, good morning.
Good morning.
Hi, Mr. Fong. Wow, I love that enthusiasm in your voice.
He's all awake already. Thank you so much for joining us. And we're sure you read about the article yesterday as well about public Wi-Fi. If you're surfing the internet on public Wi-Fi, always assume someone is watching you out there. Do you agree?
Yes, definitely. Yeah.
Why is that?
Well, using a public free Wi-Fi connection, I mean, in fact, for any Wi-Fi connections, it always comes with risk. I think most of the time we will be come across many free Wi-Fi around different places like restaurants, cafe, and all that. So inherently, there are quite a lot of risks when we choose to use free Wi-Fi.
Mm-hmm.
Because due to the weakness in the Wi-Fi technology, not the free Wi-Fi, but Wi-Fi technology, anyone can set up a fake Wi-Fi to imitate a genuine one. So, for example, if you're in the airport, a hacker could have set up a Wi-Fi name, airport free Wi-Fi, for example, and wait for victims to connect to it. Now, once connected, the hackers can start capturing whatever transmitting from the victim's computer or phone to the internet.
Not good at all.
Yeah.
Wow.
I mean, this is not something new. I mean, it's the techniques has been available since the early 2000s.
Right.
And in fact, the tools has been around for a long time. So it's not something new. So that's why I always tell people, friends, families, don't ever use free Wi-Fi unless you're absolutely sure that who owns the wireless access point, the Wi-Fi access point.
So, Mr. Fong, when you warn people of that, does it come as a surprise for them? A lot of people might not know.
Yeah. I mean, even including, some of my relatives, friends. I mean, for the convenience, sometimes we don't really, take too much of this seriously. But then again, that's the reason why we have this demo, I think, last week with the media, to show them it's quite dangerous to use free Wi-Fi and any wireless access point that you are not, you have no idea who owns the access point.
Right. I mean, if it's your own, if you go to a friend's house, is that safer or?
Yeah, I mean, if you go to someone that you know, it should be safer compared with a public one. Yeah.
So if it has a password and everything, it should be safer, right? No?
Yeah.
Even in a restaurant?
Well, even in the restaurant, normally I wouldn't use the restaurant's Wi-Fi for very particular reasons, because it's easy for someone to impersonate the Wi-Fi. For example, if you and we go to a restaurant and if I put up my laptop, I can easily set up a Wi-Fi that has the exact same name of the Wi-Fi of the restaurant.
Oh.
So yeah, if your phone or your tablet or PC connect to this Wi-Fi access point, basically I can capture whatever information that you transmit between your phone or your tablet to the internet, including, if you're checking emails, I'll be capturing your email password, user ID. If you're logged onto your Facebook, and that's including the credentials for your Facebook and all that. So unless you're absolutely sure the Wi-Fi access point really belongs to a restaurant, and otherwise don't use it.
Wow.
Well, how extreme can they get with your information? I mean, what kind of stuff can they? I know there's a lot of possibilities, but what are some of the things that people aren't thinking of?
Well, it can be pretty extreme. Like for instance, if I get hold of your username and password to Facebook, I can literally impersonate you and do whatever damages that I wanted to do. And if if a hacker get hold of your username and password to your e-banking account, so basically they can log into your bank account, check your balance. Perhaps it's not so easy to do any transfer, but there's still ways. So basically, losing your credential nowadays is like losing your identity, and people can take over your identity and do anything nasty.
Wow.
Wow.
How common? I mean, are there a lot of cases? I have to ask, of people stealing other people's information and perhaps impersonating people with that information in Malaysia?
Oh yes, in our line of work, because we also do computer crime investigation and digital forensics for our clients, we do come across many cases like this. But sometimes, unfortunately, a lot of these cases are unreported to the authority.
Oh.
Yeah, I mean the risk is out there. The bad guys are out there.
Mm-hmm.
So just have to be extra careful when we when we go online.
Wow.
Is there a way? Is there another way of determining that the what do you call that when you're trying to set up when you're trying to get Wi-Fi,
Mhm.
that the source you're getting it from is legitimate, or what? Would you be able to recognize it? Like, aha, this is a fake or something like that? No, it's not.
The short answer is no.
All right.
There's no easy way to identify that the Wi-Fi is fake.
Mm,
Yeah, there's no easy way.
So people
crazy.
just need to be careful, you know.
Right.
I mean, yeah, I mean that's tricky, isn't it, Mr. Fong? Let's say somebody travels to another country, Bali or something. I mean, you go to the airport and you really need Wi-Fi. You don't want to turn on your roaming because it's extra charges. So that could be very, very tricky. But like you said, you know, unless you really need it,
Mm-hmm.
then
Yeah.
don't turn it on.
Wow, sad, because I've heard of people who actually sit down and do some of their work for the office and stuff like that at cafes where they go sit down, have a coffee, and then they do their work over there, you know, and it's all on Wi-Fi. So,
Yeah.
like, but you said if it's from the restaurant and you're sure about it, then fine. But if it's from somebody else with that fake account, then it's pretty risky, yeah?
Yeah, and one of the alternatives, I mean, if you're using free Wi-Fi,
Mhm.
one of the alternatives you can use is consider using VPN, virtual private network.
Okay.
Yeah, basically, it's a service that you can subscribe to. It means whenever you connect to open, free wireless access point, free Wi-Fi, you just have to enable the VPN feature so that all of your traffic will travel through a secure channel.
Mm-hmm.
So it makes it harder for the hackers to tap into the information that you're sending back and forth.
Oh, all right. Well, that makes sense.
Yeah.
So how do people contact your company, Mr. Fong, if they want to know more or maybe they need your services?
Well, you can go to LE Global, le-global.com. We have our website. Basically, we have all our contact information on our website.
Okay,
Nice.
that's
And when you're doing stuff for the banks and stuff, Mr. Fong, what kind of risk are you dealing with?
Well, typically our line of work involving finding weaknesses, finding loopholes for our clients. So we are offering services like penetration testing, we call it. Basically, in a way, it's just a fancy name for ethical hacking.
Uh-huh.
So we have been hacking the banks, hacking our clients for the last 12 years.
That's nice, isn't it? Yeah.
ethical hacking. I like
I
that.
hack you and you pay me.
Yeah. So
Right.
our line, we are basically doing what the bad guys are doing to find out what are loopholes, weaknesses. Except that we do not really damage the systems of our clients, but we provide recommendations, we provide guidelines, solutions for our clients to close up the loopholes. And the financial industry, they do have these practices in a regular basis.
That's right.
Yeah.
Pretty interesting. So the employee who works for you, who manages to hack, just say something that you know, like, okay, we found something that was not proper and there needs to be some fixing on this part. So the employee who finds that out, does he get a little booster in his paycheck or something like that?
You can ask them.
Okay. Well, you know what?
Right.
Kudos to you and your entire company, Mr. Fong, because I think the work that you do ensures that you know there are lesser chances of phishing when people are online.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.